Good afternoon, everyone. This is James at Locking the Value talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. So, first piece of news: the project I've been talking about on Udemy for quite a while is now at 10 times the value as when I bought it. And when I did actually did my created the Udemy course. So, I'm really pleased, especially for those early investors. That got in after they watched the course. So, I know at least one person that's made a nice 7,000 in gains from a small $700 investment. So that's a good result. Um, I want to talk quickly about the market before I talk about what I think is going to be a big move in the DeFi world soon. Ethereum is keeps closing in on that area of resistance of $1,500. Every time it does, it's bounce smacks back down. Once it breaks 1,500, you better believe it will probably fly up to 2 grand, and that'll happen quickly, like 24 hours after the moment it breaks 1,500. But that's clearly a line of resistance. So when that flips to a line of support, it's going to be a great day. It's like what 20K was for Bitcoin, a couple of months ago. So it'll be but when that happens as well, we all know Ethereum leads the altcoin rally. So when Ethereum breaks that $1,500 mark and does it well, flies to 2K within probably 24, 48 hours, all the altcoins are going to have a nice pump as well. We saw a mini example of that recently, like Elron broke through $40. So $40 has been a key level of resistance for Elron for a while. Um, and it smashed through that a few days ago and flew up to about $50. Like had a huge 30% swing up. And now I'm hoping that that $40 is a line of support. But we'll soon see. Now, what I wanted to talk about was something called fixed income. Now, that's sort of the next thing we're waiting on, really, in DeFi. So, and how that's going to work will be interesting because there's so many different ways to look at it. So this is an article by Rahul Ray on, I hope I said the name right, on Masari.io. And they're talking about fixed income being the next wave of sort of DeFi innovation. And I agree, actually. I think that's an inevitability. You know, so fixed rate lending, the fixed rate lending side, which we've seen in multiple different ways. Um, so that's yield protocol, um, notional finance. I mean, we've got fixed rate lending as well to some degree with stuff like Aave, but it's not fixed. I suppose it's not technically fixed rate. Um, but the there's going to be interest rate derivatives as well, and securitization and tranches. Now, tranches and securitization, I am interested in particular. Whenever you hear tranches, you should be brought back to the sort of financial crash that the banks caused as a result of the ridiculous situation within mortgages being over leveraged. Um, so I just want to show you this actually. I think this is a brilliant article. I really recommend you read it. Now, when you're looking at securitization and tranches, you're basically looking at how these projects are going to be utilized in the same way as those mortgage tranches used to be. So you had a pool of mortgage loans, and then you had, as you remember, you had huge, like credit risk and lower expected yields. Um, and basically, the higher the tranche you got, the most secure they should have been, right? Now it's the same, and that same principle is being applied for Barnbridge. Now Barnbridge is a promising new project. Um, Basically, it's like the idea is that it's going to be smart yield bonds. So you've got fixed pools and deposits. So it's sort of a way of generating yield constantly. Okay. And it's by sort of spreading the risk across multiple pools. So if one goes belly up, you're not in a bad position because all the money has been spread across multiple pools. Um, so it's like a yield. It sort of works in the same way as like 1inch, I suppose. So 1inch is a swap aggregator. This is like a yield aggregator. Okay, so say you've got, you know, 1,000 ETH, right? Put into funds. Okay, that works at about 120k. Then you split that into 6 different funds. Okay, and what that does on 6 different places. So what that does is it minimizes the risk that you've got on any one exchange. So everyone is put into a pool, and then the money is spread across multiple pools. Um, I really like it. I really like it as an idea. Um, so it's greater efficiency. The risk is spread, so your impermanent loss or liquidation is highly unlikely. Um, and you earn like a bond token, I think they call it. So, um, and the bond token is just a tradable token. Okay, it is a very, very interesting idea. I really recommend you take a look at it because it's minimizing risk. Okay, because we all want those yield generators, but I personally have never gotten into. Well, I've gotten into two just to trial and error it really, um, and I found that the fees were too high for it to be worthwhile, from my perspective. Um, and you're looking at very high percentages, but there's also huge risk. Um, so I'm interested to see how this one plays out. I think this could be a player in terms of a sort of yield aggregator, I guess I'd call it. So that's Barnbridge. So worth a look, guys. Worth a look. The next one is Saffron Finance. Now, let me scroll down so you can. This is obviously, like I say, I think Rahul Ray. So this is, like I say, really good article, really worth checking out. So Saffron um, tokenizes ownership of on-chain assets. Now the idea is that it gives liquidity providers flexibility, um, and they can customize their own risk effectively. Um, and they use the tranche system. So they've got um, they've got yield enhanced A tranches and risk mitigated super senior AA tranches. Now the idea is that you add liquidity, um, and when removed is used to pay back the initial principal for AA holders before paying the principal and interest of the enhanced A tranche. Okay, the idea is basically that um, this system is going to remove the risk of failures of places like Compound and Curve and all of those. Um, so Saffron again, really interesting. Now Saffron's really a high price, but very low circulating supply. So if I show you, I believe Saffron is about $600, but there's only, I think I'm right. Saffron's about $600 last time I checked, but it's like 100,000, yeah, so $569, down quite a bit today. Wow. Um, but circulating supply is like its maximum supply ever is going to only be 100,000, but circulating supply is 74,000 right now. Um, Now I actually think there's real potential here, real potential, because again it's sort of a yield aggregator. Um, so if you check out the dashboard, I'm not going to connect my wallet right now, just so you can see, right? So what they've got is these tranche adaptive pools, so you can have a look, and when your wallet's connected, you can see the percentage returns. Now they're pretty good, and obviously you can stake the Saffron Finance token, but there are tons of really interesting ways for these pools to work, and I really like this as an idea and as a concept. And Barnbridge and Saffron Finance are one of the two that I've seen that are low market cap that are really trying something like a yield aggregator. And we need something a bit like that, where the risk of liquidation is minimized, because that's just a major stressor, especially when you're going, I'm going to be paying stupid amounts for fees constantly because it's an Ethereum thing, and then add into the fact that you're going to end up with potential impermanent loss, and it dissuades a lot of people. Personally, I get dissuaded from it. So there's only a million of them circulating at the moment. There's only ever going to be 10 million, so it's a low market cap again, of 40 million, odd 45 million. So there's room to grow. Uh, Again, quite positive about these, and I think we have to be aware over the coming year. There's going to be huge swings in terms of what DeFi start doing, and new ways that projects like Curve and Yearn Finance and Aave and all of them are going to start using their platform to bring additional benefits to the customers. Aave 2.0 has been phenomenal. It's been smashing it. On Andre Cronje is doing constant innovation. If you go onto Twitter and check him out, he's constantly talking about the new stuff that they're doing on Yearn Finance. So the DeFi sector, I think the room for growth in this sector is going to be enormous. And just looking at projects that are doing things in a different way is worth doing. There's so this article talks about the fixed rate lending like yield protocol, notional finance, um, interest rate markets, so Horizon Finance, Benchmark, and Swivel, and securitization slash tranches are Barnbridge and Saffron. Now, but particularly for me, I'm very interested in Barnbridge and Saffron, but I would check all of these out and read this article. It's really interesting. Um, we are really close to the bull run is obviously pretty active right now. We're having a bit of a pullback day, but you know, once Ethereum sort of has broken its all-time high, but it's done it so tentatively and it's not past that $1,500 mark. And when it does, everything is going to have such growth. Everything. Um, I mean, it already has. We've seen Polkadot do down near 4x in the last month. Sorry, 3x in the last month. Uniswap has done a 4x in the last month. Aave has comfortably doubled, if not trebled. So the growth's already happening. So just make sure you're in the positions you want. If you're not, rebalance and get in those positions as quickly as possible, because it is necessary if you want to make any money this year. Because the next 9 months, 10 months are going to change people's lives, and it can change yours if you're getting your positions correct now. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care. Stay safe, guys. Bye.